Like, I've been throwing tags into posts, and I also threw tags into advertising, so it's specific, like people whose interests are aligned with strength, powerlifting,
sure.
strongman, bodybuilding.
Like, that's something...
Targeted advertising.
I was doing... for all my posts, I'll max out on every fucking tag I can.
Damn right.
See, like, what are actual, like, trending tags where it's, like, it shows up more in, the right people's feeds.
Well, what I like about Instagram is it tells, like, when you search it, it tells you, like, 18,000 posts or 20,000 posts or something like that.
Now, do you want it to be, like, a million posts where it's, like, gets snuffed, or do you think it's better?
No,
to have,
it's better. It's better to, like,
more
niche.
Smaller?
Yeah, niche. Niche.
Niche. Niche.
It's niche.
We're live.
We are live. Oh, Pizza submitted her final project proposal.
Pizza.
No, legitimate pizza. Dude, never mind. I can't start shouting out names. Because her dad has, like, the most Italian name in the world, and I'm like, oh my god. Sir, I want you to be my hero. If you open up a pizza shop and it's just your name, like, I will invest. I'll take everything I have in the stock market and I'll just give it to you. Like here's 15 grand. Knock yourself out. Enjoy. She's making an aquaponics system. What a fucking pro. What a hero. Oh, she's doing it in Minecraft. Oh, that's adorable. I like what my kids come up with sometimes.
Oh.
A Minecraft aquaponics system. That's cool.
Sounds.
Yeah. So let me tell you about the oh shit moment we had in Forest Chorin. So, dear viewers,
dear viewer,
one of my one viewer, or
yeah.
listeners or something. Wait, we don't post the pre-stream anywhere. Oh, well.
That's true.
So,
I guess we'll talk about it during the other shit, but go ahead.
I do ecosystem restoration volunteer work because it's fun. You go outside, spend time with like-minded people, get physically active. It's my one source of cardio. Yeah, my one source of cardio. So today we were doing some trail maintenance because during COVID a lot of people widened trails, which, to be fair, we're not mad about it. Like, we get it. Like, that makes sense. But when they widened the trails, they trampled some vegetation, and it's starting to cause erosion. So right now we have to put down, like, logs where we want people to be, and we're putting them, like, way inside where the dirt is because we want to revegetate those areas. I can go into an ecology lesson about the edge effect and disturbed soils being more suitable to, like, invasive species, but yeah. In any case, so in order to get these logs to make this trail, we're cutting down invasive trees. Buckthorn is an invasive tree. We have no problem cutting it down. It serves nobody any purpose. So we're cutting down a whole bunch of these trees, cutting up the logs to make this trail. Also, in much of the northeastern United States, there was another invasive species called the emerald ash borer, and the emerald ash borer killed off hundreds of thousands, millions of ash trees. And it cost, oh my god, like, just in terms of street trees and things need to come down because the dead tree eventually falls down, so you cut them down before they fall down and kill somebody and cost you even more in lawsuit money. So this thing has cost forest preserve districts in the northeastern United States millions of dollars. In any case, so we have a couple of these ash trees, and we monitor them, like, we know where they are. In any case, this one ash tree, which is at the start of a trail, like, it's at the beginning, it's where, like, 3 trails intersect, and it's right off of a parking lot. It's like everybody who walks into the forest walks past this area. So we cut down a buckthorn tree, and we start hearing cracking. Shit. I look up. Oh, this ash tree's coming down. It's coming the fuck down.
Timber!
It's cracking. We see the entire tree starting to lean. I'm like, okay, this dead ash tree, which is one of my favorite things to say.
Dead ash.
This dead ash tree was propped up by this buckthorn. And now that the buckthorn is gone, this tree, like, you hear the wood cracking, and we're like, holy shit. this thing is coming down. This is now a serious safety hazard. This is a fucking problem.
Big
so
yike.
there were already 2 families in the area. We like with the face of like death. We're like, get the fuck out of here.
Go.
We get these
Just
2
like a
families
natural
out of here. Like,
disaster
you need
movie.
to go all the way over there. Like, this tree is at least 100 feet fucking tall. This thing is gigantic. We get like everybody out there. We get a different volunteer in every corner. We're like, nobody crosses for the next like 5 minutes. So our Sawyer is there with a chainsaw.
Sawyer.
And we start chainsawing it down. When this thing came down, holy fuck, the noise was almost subsonic. Like, this thing whacked the ground, and it definitely had to register on the Richter scale. This thing came down with the force of a million suns. Like, the ground reverberated. You felt the subsonic sound wave.
Million suns, really?
Just like crash into your chest. And we're like, okay, problem solved.
No.
But holy hell, that was an oh shit moment. It was like, oh, this is bad.
Now the age-old question: when a tree falls down in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, did it make a sound?
Technically, yes, because sound is just vibrating air. So
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
the Pope.
I don't know. I forget who makes that reference. I think it's a Pulp Fiction thing.
Well, the question is, does a bear shit in the woods? The Pope. I do believe the Pope shits on a golden toilet because that's what Jesus would have wanted.
I think he shits in the back. There's some shrubbery in the back. He goes out in his whole papal attire, just lifts his skirt up, just takes a shit, and wipes his ass with some leaves. I think that's what he does. Very, very minimalist kind of lifestyle.
I do not believe that.
Because that's what
true.
Jesus would want.
Yes, but the Vatican is like solid gold everything. Gold
That's true.
chalice.
There is
I imagine
trees or anything within.
Yeah, no.
Probably
Yeah.
miles of that place.
I fully imagine that it's just a
Look up the Vatican.
golden toilet with like holy water, just like blessed,
Blessed ass water.
Literally a holy shit. This is where we get demonetized for offending the world's largest religion. Is it? No. What is the world's largest religion? It's
Islam, I think.
it's either Islam or Hinduism. Yeah, it's one of those.
Islam.
Hey Google, what's the world's largest religion?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Oh no, Christianity is number 1.
Is it?
Oh, but I guess that doesn't. Oh my God, what? Christianity, Islam. Guess what the 3rd most common is?
Judaism?
No.
Atheism.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Secular, non-religious. Yeah.
I was not expecting that. So it's Christianity, Islam, the atheists, and then the Hindus.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Adds up. I feel like
I was not expecting that number to be that high.
because I feel like the numbers that we were thinking of were probably like from like a decade or more ago. So
Yeah.
now when they updated the information as far as like, oh, do you believe in anything or whatever, and then more people registered as non-secular or secular, right?
I mean, that's still
Which is a lot.
surprising. Yeah, that's I was not expecting it to be higher than Hinduism.
No, it's a generational thing. I think that's happening.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I accept Odin
We
as
accept
the
Odin.
all-seer and Thor, the god of lightning, as the
Yes.
giver of strength. I mean,
Yes.
don't get me wrong.
Cheers to that. If I have to believe in
Cheers. Yes.
one invisible deity or non-invisible,
Yes.
we've seen him.
Yes,
He's
we're
in the MCU. Okay, he's real. He's making movies.
I know what
okay?
you're talking about. I mean, there's always, the mountain.
Yeah, half Thor.
If there were,
he's only half a Thor though.
Yeah, he's only half Thor.
he's not a full Thor.
I don't think that's what the half prefix to his name means.
That's what I think it means. I think that means he's like half god, half human.
Yeah.
So he's half Thor.
Yeah,
Yes, let's go with that. I like that.
I'm in. I like it. Dear God, we should go to Iceland. My friend Brandy's in Iceland right now.
Is she?
Yeah, I like flights to Iceland are cheap, but visiting Iceland because they're just their economy and the way it's expensive to visit, cheap to get to, expensive to stay at. But Chris, I feel like that would be a great YouTube series, like two bros visit Iceland. Like we'll visit Thor's power gym, We'll visit the Husafell Stone.
Everybody is at least 2 feet taller on average than us.
Well, I think I might be like the circus sideshow at this point. I'm like, who is this
you
man?
You are the legal small person there.
Yes,
You are considered
Yes.
the fun size.
Everything there is built so large. I'm like, excuse me, son, would you like a kid's chair? Like,
I had to watch my words. I was going to use a different word.
Yes.
Which is funny because I was at work and I'm just sitting there waiting for my next client or whatever. And these like 2 girls come up to me and they looked at me and they're like, who do people tell you look like? And I'm like, well, I've heard Justin Bieber. I've heard, I forget what was the other example. But anyways, they're like, you look like that small person from Game of Thrones because the hair and the goatee or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I do not see the resemblance in any way.
Well, I think that's their only reference point was that.
Any capacity.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really see it. I think maybe it was the way my hair was kind of situated.
Maybe. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I look like.
Who do you look like?
What's his name?
Like if
what's his character's name?
I don't know. If I oh shit. I drink and I know things.
Yeah, that
Fuck.
guy. What's his name?
If
anybody was gonna know it, was gonna be
my
you.
god, this is like the only. Well, okay, so Peter Dinklage played.
Yes, Peter. I look like Peter Dinklage, or at least that's what people
played.
Thought. Or these 2.
The
people.
Imp. Dear God, what's his fucking name?
So it was
something
a T?
Lannister. Well, it's something.
Tyrion.
Is
No?
it Tyrion?
No, that's
No,
that's
Tyrion was a blonde guy.
Ty.
Hey Google, who did Peter Dinklage play in Game of Thrones?
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, it is Tyrion Lannister.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was right. It just seems like a name that just popped up very frequently.
Hey Google, who was his brother?
Jamie.
Oh yeah, there we go,
Dinklage's
Jamie.
brother is Jonathan Dinklage.
Oh my God! Wait, Peter
Nah.
Dinklage has a brother who plays violin.
Oh shit.
Jonathan Dinklage. No shit. Look at this. Jonathan Dinklage was married to Kaylee Graham. Movies The Last Man. He did a movie? Who the fuck is Jonathan Overview? He's a violinist.
Is he also small?
No. Look at this. He plays the violin.
He is not a dwarf.
He's a professional violinist. Look at this.
Does he look like him?
Okay.
Does he resemble him?
Not in the slightest. No. I mean, maybe he's a little chubbier, so he gets more cheek fillage. Occasionally credited as Jonathan Dinklage is a violinist and the brother of actor Peter Dinklage. He has played with the Sesame Street Band on the specials The Magical Wand Chase and When You Wish Upon a Pickle.
Can you read that?
Can I read what?
The comment.
Yes.
Hello, whoever you are.
Oh, I can't read it at all.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run up to it every so
Yeah,
often.
run up to it. You know, we might need to get a second monitor.
Tyrion. Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh, there you go. See, we got somebody.
Yeah. Actually, am I logged into the? Make sure I'm logged into Discord so they know that we're live.
Oh.
There's this thing that happens. Oh, streamer mode is enabled. Okay. Very cool. All right, we're cool. Yeah. Tyrion. Got it.
Mm.
Tyrion, thank you very much.
And then, yeah. So that's what happened there. This is the pre-stream.
Pre-stream.
So we don't really.
2 viewers.
Yeah. So we don't really do anything serious until 5, which is when the actual stream is starting.
When it's more not serious stuff.
This is when we just shoot the shit and talk about whatever.
Because that's not what we do for another half
For
hour
example,
during the
Peter-
actual hour.
Yes, during for example, Peter Dinklage's brother,
Peter S.
Jonathan Dinklage, who was a professional violinist who played with the Sesame Street Band, especially for the
Was
When
he-
You Wish Upon a Pickle.
How long was he doing that?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Didn't ask. Ask the Googles.
Ask the Googles. I don't know. I'm not interested anymore to find out
You're
how
like,
long
"Alright,
he's
I'm
been
done."
doing it.
Well, now I'm interested. We got to go down this
I
rabbit
mean,
hole.
to get good at violin takes at least 10 years, and then you have 5 years of professional, like, music conservancy. So, I mean, in order to be, like, it's 15 years of work to become, like, a symphony violinist.
Right. Huh. Muppet Wiki. Might be recent.
Unless you get, like, those fucking 7-year-olds who play Paganini like it's fucking nothing in those, like, international competitions.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, man.
Oh well, no information. I'm sure. Maybe it's
World-class
recent.
prodigies, man.
Because I don't remember any violin in Sesame Street, so I don't know. Or it's been a very
Backing
long time.
track? I don't know. He played for the orchestra. He was a musician who plays in the orchestra that does the tracks in the back. Like, somebody had to write the things they sing, you know, and play it.
That's true.
A
I'm just
backing
trying
track.
to think. Oh, I don't know. It's been a.
It's like when you see a symphonic metal band. Do you see the entire symphony on stage? Well,
Well,
sometimes
no.
you do.
But I'm just saying,
that's
like
expensive.
Sesame Street itself, I just don't remember in the soundtrack there being any kind of like a symphonic element to it.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure when they were bought out by HBO, their budget increased significantly.
That's true.
They got that
Like, how do
Game
you
of
even-
Thrones money.
How do you even catch Sesame Street? Like it used to be on PBS.
Yeah,
So how do people watch Sesame Street these days? Is
on
still,
HBO.
Is it?
Yeah.
They actually bought them out? Oh shit.
Well, forever ago, yeah.
Sesame Street.
Yeah. So Sesame Street has been on HBO for a couple of years now.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
Since 1969, 50 seasons. Wow.
That is.
Networks: PBS Kids, PBS, HBO Max, HBO National Educational
Oh,
Television.
so they're still on PBS.
Yeah, I mean, looks like there must
Just
be some
HBO
kind
just
of
owns the
contract
distribution
deal.
rights then.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, because they want to stay on PBS for the public money.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. HBO was probably like, hell yeah, you still get that money.
Yeah.
We don't care if you distribute on another platform.
Yeah, it looks like it's all. Yeah, it's shared.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Man, whenever this 5 o'clock rolls around, should we do the little intro teaser thing and
Yeah,
then the
do it.
intro thing?
Do it. Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully whoever's watching, tell us if you hear it. I wish I
We'll
could still
have to
hear
hear
it. But
Yeah, I put a lot of work into editing my voice to do that.
what did you have to do? Like downshift or down an octave or
No, so number one, we added reverb, and then after that, we did a vocoder, actually. There were a couple of preset options, and it was all like, okay, there was this, and then there was one that said the Dark Lord. And I'm like, definitely the Dark Lord. So I clicked it, and it was
course,
way
like,
too much.
What else?
So I'm like,
oh,
okay,
like
Exactly.
like Satan
yeah,
kind of a thing.
precisely. So I'm like, okay, how about we change this to be like maybe 50%, and it became, yes, that's God's voice.
The movie guy
That's- That's what this is.
When I thought,
yes.
when I heard it, I was like, "That's the movie guy." Like
Yeah.
that's like in a world, blah 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 blah
In a
blah.
world.
blah.
It became, but it was from the Dark Lord.
Yeah. So you should have like made your voice already deep, and then just have that
Oh,
filter through.
oh, I did. I did.
It's
I
just
was
like
sitting
mud.
There, I was sitting there in front of the microphone.
Complete
It's all-
filth.
like, they forged a world all their own. And like, I was just like ready for it. I'm
Man,
ready
I gotta
to
hear
go.
the outtakes of that.
There were no outtakes. I
No.
did it in one go.
Oh, that's good. Nailed it.
I mean, at this point, I read through so many scripts last year that okay, I got this. I know how to read.
You know how to pace yourself.
I know how to read.
Yeah. Which is a nice tool to have to read, to understand how
Yeah.
to read.
I agree. Literacy is helpful.
But I think it's another skill to read it like you're not reading it. I think that was the that's the way like where it's like you're reading it, but it's as if you were just saying it off the dome or whatever. It's not like obviously like you're going line by line or whatever.
Yes.
Because you had the right pauses and all this like inflection shit.
Well, the pauses were there because
Shit, did you hit me with it?
Uh,
Did you transfer
I
your
well, I mean, what you're smelling
Allergies.
is like 7 layers of sunscreen.
Oh yeah.
Like it is.
Maybe it's a
It
sunscreen.
is shiny.
I mean, I noticed that.
It
I was
is
like, he's not sweating.
Shiny. No, I ain't
He
sweating.
greased himself up.
I am shy. Yeah, I am full on WWE wrestler grease.
Baby oil.
Baby oil.
Yeah, just put some fucking Crisco on your body. Go out there, see what
Crisco.
happens. Hell yeah.
Why are you so slippery? I'm keto.
Yeah,
I'm so keto. I sweat Crisco.
Fuck.
Oh my god, it's still cold in here.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
the
just.
air is not even
I
going
need
anymore.
I have a blankie. I'm using a comforter as a blankie because It's 100 degrees outside. So
I'm leaner
ready
than
for
this
100
man, and this
degrees.
is not fucking cold at all. So I don't understand what's going on here.
I have more surface area with which to espouse heat.
Well, I guess it makes sense. So we have this fucking Metapod on stream. We got a Metapod. Metapod.
I'll come out.
Metapod.
Oh, I can't even do it.
It isn't. I don't even think it says its name. It just makes some weird noises, like some weird. That was the Caterpie.
The Caterpie does that.
Just pure artism happening here.
Dude, Butterfree is an awesome Pokemon because it learns Silver Wind, which is like an OP bug move. Come on now.
Yeah. Oh, it's suddenly brighter in here. Ooh.
Wow, you got
yeah.
your sunglasses on, your bro glasses.
I feel like it's just a good. Like I'm treating this as if it's we're breaking K-fob right now.
We are isn't it kayfabe?
Kayfabe, whatever.
K-fob?
You know what I
Is
mean.
it kayfabe?
Whoever watches wrestling, you know
I don't
what
know.
the fuck.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
talking
but
about.
how do you pronounce it now? I wonder.
I don't know. I always pronounce it K-fob because I just wanted to be like obnoxious
I
with
seriously
it.
thought it was kayfabe.
It might be because I mean it's like F-A-B-E. So
Hey Google, how do you pronounce kayfabe?
That's pronounced kayfabe.
The sky is blue. Thanks for making me feel
We asked
stupid.
Google, like, yeah, how do you pronounce kayfabe? And it's like, that's pronounced kayfabe. I'm like, all right.
That's how it's
Well,
spelled.
okay, define kayfabe then. What is?
Here's the definition of kayfabe. Informal. In professional wrestling, the fact or convention of presenting staged performances as genuine or
Okay, so it is kayfabe.
okay.
Okay, I had to.
Kayfabe.
Yeah. I love
Kayfabe.
Google. Like, how do you pronounce this? And it's like, you pronounced it.
We're breaking kayfabe from our personas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for one piece of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's right. The one-worded answers here.
Yeah.
One-word responses.
Up.
In my shitty Australian accent.
it's just like, like, what's the douchiest accent you could come up with? Australian.
Australia. Aussie.
Oh.
Aussie,
Not even Jersey
mate.
Shore. No, that's too obvious.
It's too obvious. Like, it's gotta be-
No, it's gotta be something.
It's
weird.
gotta be something European-y. Well, it can't be
How would
European.
it-
It's Australia. It's like
It's on the
in
other
all-
side of
right.
the fucking
You're
planet.
right.
Well, I mean,
it
is-
is in the down under.
it's a British prison colony, really, like anything
Okay,
else.
so there's
you know,
some European there.
some British imperialism turned it into a prison colony,
Right.
and then of course they took land from all the indigenous Australians there. The Maoris. No, wait. No, Maoris, New Zealand. Shit. Wow.
Need a geography lesson.
It seems as though my world history is not up to par.
Australia. Space Australia.
Aborigine.
Officially the Commonwealth of Australia.
You disgust me as a human.
I am in... I guess it doesn't matter if I'm in a private domicile. This is very public right now. Commonwealth.
Australia would be cool to visit.
Yeah, I think it would be. I wonder what a plane
Expensive
ticket to
flight.
Australia is. Is it?
Oh God.
What's like a vacation spot in Australia?
Dude, the Great Barrier Reef. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
I don't even care. Well, number one, Great Barrier Reef. Like, I will get my scuba license just to fucking go there, or
The
certificate.
clearest fucking
I
water.
would get my scuba certificate because the Great Barrier Reef is in it.
900 islands stretching for over 2,300 kilometers
Dear God.
over an area of approximately 3,444 square kilometers. The reef is located in the Coral Sea off the coast of Queensland, Australia. The Great Barrier Reef can be seen from outer space and is the world's biggest single structure made by living organisms. Man, that's fucking mind-blowing.
Well, it's also going to experience bleaching events like every year during the summer because of ocean warming. So I definitely want to see it before it goes away. I also wanted to see the last American continental glacier in Glacier National Park, but that receded in like 2019. It wasn't supposed to recede until 2022, but we estimated it a little too slow.
Wow.
And then I also definitely want to see the Outback, because if I want to see the inhospitable nightmare hellhole that is the Australian Outback, where every living thing will kill you.
It's
just-
like you're walking into a
Yeah.
prison yard of but they're
Yeah.
they're animals and
Yes.
they're jacked as fuck.
Yeah, I just want to I want to see the ant.
Everything
The-
is bigger.
The
there.
tiny ant, the size of like a pencil cap, where like 1 microliter of its venom will just knock you straight out. Like you're done.
Holy
it's game
fuck.
over. I want to see this shit.
The Outback.
Like it's
What
like
what makes it the Outback though? I'm about to get the car.
it's just the name. It's the
Outback. It's Outback.
Well, it's the it's
You know, it's
well it's in the
Outback.
center. It's in the center of Australia. It's, I'm
Oh.
gonna call it. It's not Outback. I mean, I guess no matter where you are. I mean, if you're going away from the coast, yeah, it's Outback there.
Uninhabited inland regions of Australia.
Uninhabitable.
That's what it said.
It is
Uninhab-
malignant to life.
Right. Well, human life probably.
Well,
There's probably just a lot going on. As far as there's definitely there's a colony of vicious kangaroos. Let me see. Outback species. What's out there? Deadly species. Let's see. Kangaroos. Sand goanna. Venomous snakes.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Stimson's python.
of course.
Ooh, a frilled neck lizard. Very cool.
Wow, that's. Ooh, that by the way is a really cool adaptation. It's got a whole bunch of capillaries all over that skin, and when it opens it up, it makes it easier for heat to like escape, and also early in the morning because in deserts it gets super cold. You can also use it to absorb more heat in the morning.
So what is a kangaroo? Is it a giant rat? Is it part of the rat
It's
family?
it's a marsupial, so it's nowhere nearly related to rats.
Okay.
It's like a pre-mammal, so
Okay.
it's a non-placental mammal.
It's like a two-legged dog.
No, it is a placental. Wait,
Hey Google, do kangaroos have a placenta?
I think they do, and they just don't have mammary glands.
Hey Google, do kangaroos have a placenta?
According to Flexbooks 2.0 CK12, so
No, so they do not have a placenta. Yeah, that makes sense. Marsupials. I never remember, are marsupials things without a placenta, or are they things without mammary glands? I never. Like, this is why I'm a plant biologist. Hi, I know nothing about animals.
That's always the disclaimer every time you don't know something.
That's my escape. I'm a plant biologist. I don't know any of this shit.
I'll take a stab at it, but if I'm
there-
wrong.
But there really is a cool tree in Australia called the Gympie tree, and
Gympie.
one exploding spikes, 2 super poisonous, no venomous.
Several species of
It's
venomous
terrible.
snakes, like the common death adder, desert
Wow, the
death
death
adder,
adder, the desert
red
death adder.
naped snake, orange naped snake, mulga snake, dugite, curl snake, speckled brown snake, and others call the outback their home. So there's just a lot of those snakes.
I'm assuming everything there will kill you.
I mean, for the most part, it seems like it. Like, you probably better be in a freaking Jeep or something, or you're not on there on foot, that's for sure.
I'd be out there in an outback. I'm not sure where there's been. No, because Australia still has the Subaru Baja.
What the fuck is that?
I would drive the shit out of a Subaru Baja. It's a compact. It's
devil.
a compact.
This thing.
It is a compact pickup crossover.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, look at this thing. This thing is fucking gorgeous. It's a shame they
Is
don't
it
have
exclusive
this in the
to
United
Australia
States.
or
Yeah,
something? You could probably get it imported.
You probably can.
Fucking import.
Look at this car. Look at this fucking
Saltwater
car.
crocodiles.
Look at this
Sweet.
car. This car is fucking
Salties.
gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this.
Dango. Here's
Look
a
at that.
dog.
Ain't that fucking gorgeous?
Damn, that thing's
Ain't
cool.
that fucking?
I kind of like the way it looks.
It's like it's a cross. It's like a tiny pickup. It's such a cool car.
The Dango.
The dingoes.
I want that dog. Look at it.
So it's 4:58. It's almost time to go.
That's
That's
true.
not a dog. That thing is a fucking walking killing machine.
A wild dog.
Are you kidding me?
As
That
native to
thing is
Australia, these dogs have lean and hardy bodies that allow them to run fast and have great stamina.
Oh,
Cool.
also the Tasmanian devil.
However, something to do. Dingoes tend to live in small family groups of a mating pair and their recent offsprings, and occasionally offsprings from the previous year. Today, the dingo is suffering from declining populations and is listed as a vulnerable species on the IUCN Red List.
Isn't the Tasmanian, like, isn't it a little cute, though? Like, it's a vicious, okay, it looks cute.
I wonder what kind of noises.
Do you want to know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
What's that?
A wet koala. I'm dead serious. No. Look at this thing.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Koalas are adorable.
Quick,
a wet
dry
koala. A wet
Quick,
koala.
give it a towel, dry
a
that
wet
thing.
koala looks like it is fucking just. Oh my god! It is like you. Even when it's being cute, sticking out its tongue, it's all like.
It's like, yeah.
It's like a black
It's
metal.
probably just
vocalist.
high. Right, it just has corpse
Oh
paint.
my god!
It's not even a panda.
Koalas, adorable. Wet koala, shit.
Fucking
Shit.
shit.
Oh my god, it's 4:59. It's almost time.
So should I run the
Reveal the branding at 5.
Okay.
At
5 o'clock. Here we go.
Oh my god, it's 5.
Okay,
Play it.
Hold on, let me not get this
Full
wrong.
send.
Let me not get this wrong. I think
Stop picking your nose, you disgusting fuck. Dear God.
Okay, there we go. I think that's there it is.
Speak of mighty gods and
Alright.
the iron they wielded. They were said to be so inhumanly strong that they forged a world all their own, where only the strongest and most worthy could reside. It is only through dedicating oneself to the iron path and forging your body through the painful rituals in the Iron Temple could one enter Swole Hollow. Finding the world in a time that is lacking in strength and overwhelmingly riddled with weakness. Two bros have descended from Swole Hollow to guide our warriors back to the path of iron. Broden, the Allspotter, the righteous bestower of gains. Brokey, the trickster bro. Though often misunderstood, he knows that struggle begets strength. This is the Iron Theory.
Boom! Well clone.
Wet clum indeed.
Let me make sure that another
Yeah.
one works, so next time we do it.
Oh, just in case?
Interesting.
Oh my, what a.
Yes, bros and brolettes, Vikings and Valkyries, welcome to
Iron Theory.
Yes, Iron Theory.
I'm Broden.
I'm Brokey. Or Chris. You know what I should do in my social medias? I should have, like, you know how fighters will have their nickname in the middle of their name? I'm gonna do that.
I think I've already edited my name on Facebook too much. Can you bring us back to the normal screen?
Yes. Here we are back.
There we are. There we are.
Bam.
There we are.
Hello. My fake geeks. I'm not.
Welcome to the rebranded Iron Theory.
Brand new.
Brand new rebranded Iron Theory. So I was
More of the same.
more of the same. Well, the podcast doesn't change, right? The
yeah.
podcast is still us.
Yeah.
But as far as out of podcast, like social media presence, everything's changing right
We're
now.
just trying to be in everybody's face.
Well,
essentially.
because we never really had like a branded Iron Theory social media presence or anything like that. Like this is our step into that, our expansion of it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody out there, somebody's commenting in a way that we can't read.
Let
It's
me
your
run
job
it.
to go up
I'm
there.
the
Go up there.
runner.
Go runner, go.
I'm the runner.
Oh God. Oh, there goes on the podcast.
Love it. All film traders should use Art's voiceover.
Yes. Or my edited Dark Lord voice. Yes. Oh my god. So let's get started with what that intro is, right? So that intro is an introduction just to get us to know the names and like the bare basic overview of these characters that we're going to be playing on social media and stuff, right? You get Broden, the righteous bestower of gains, right?
The proper,
Yeah.
the ideal citizen, essentially, in
Yeah.
the fitness world, yes.
The ideal bro, the helpful, the correct form, the right spot, like
Just the ultimate,
the right way to do things.
the pinnacle.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And then there is Brokey.
The scum.
The-
The slummy, scummy, but heart's in the right place, but a lot of bro signs in his head.
Yeah. So when I'm sitting there, like, so it's hard to say. Okay, are all of these ideas purely original? No. No.
I mean, is any idea purely original? I feel like most ideas carry from inspiration from other things.
So I mean, the way we're interpreting them, right, and the way we're crafting them is definitive. They are original variations of the characters.
Right.
But obviously, it's a play on Odin and Loki.
Right. Which most people, I'm assuming, are
Yeah.
familiar, specifically through the Marvel movies. I'm sure that's where most people's heads
Yeah.
go to when they hear those specific names, not necessarily the Norse mythologies, but that, I mean, ultimately, I mean, whatever gets you to think about that, that's the idea. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's of course Odin, right? He's the father, the all-seer with the eye.
I'm gonna get you a golden fucking eye patch. I think
Right,
it's
with
sick.
his kids Thor and Loki,
His eight-legged horse.
Freya, the mom, right? In any case, right? So that's the basis of my character. And really what this all stemmed from is there is a very niche subreddit community called Swole Acceptance. And Swole Acceptance became a parody of Body Acceptance, which is that movement of like, you know, fat people acceptance and all that shit. Yeah.
It's healthy
So-
at every size kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So that subreddit was a parody of like body acceptance stuff and body
didn't know that.
positivity stuff. Yeah. So it stemmed as a parody from that, and it became like this whole. They developed this weird culture around it, and where they started using mythos of like different cultures, and then it became Broden and Brokey's like the trickster god who tricks you into doing cardio and steals your gains and does the
Wearer of
wrong
lycra.
shit. Right. And then Broden, the all spotter, the giver of gains, you know, keeper of the way, you know, all that kind of stuff.
That's
And-
WHEY.
Yeah, so if you ever want to like look deep into the mythos of where our characters come from, definitively
Reddit.
Swole Acceptance just dragged straight out of Swole Acceptance. But as far as how we're interpreting it, it is definitely not the way they would do it, right? Because
Not for the most part.
yeah, to me, I'm definitely not taking on the full-on godlike persona of Broden the way they have him written. Because the whole idea, I'm incorporating sort of my ideal of still needing to grow as a bro, right? I haven't competed yet, still working towards my full competition. So this is definitively like early stages Broden, right? Achieving my way back into Swolhalla, right? We ascended from Swolhalla.
That's right.
Now we came, the planet is in time of weakness. We have to build, let's go. Yeah.
It's like a superhero thing, but it within fitness. But yeah. So I mean, with the Brokey character, it's gonna be fun to play. I think it's a fun kind of character to just kind of use as a persona. Just because, just being that shitty kind of, you know, douchey kind of a guy is for me. It's just fun to play. I think it's just a fun thing to do, and because I see it all the time in the gym, so I see all these, there's a lot of brokies walking around within the gym that I'm at, and I'm sure most gyms, whoever visits gyms, you'll see these kinds of characters, right? So there's a lot of reference points for a lot of different little skits that we're gonna do, so I mean it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Well, so let's actually tell them like the full plan here, right? So our podcast is still going to be our podcast. It's just going to be us talking about, you know, issues and stuff.
Maybe some like different edits. I think because that song towards the end, maybe we could switch it to, you know, that little song we chose for the ending credits where we
Yeah.
cut short and then hit that song.
Yeah.
We'll choose a different song. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, maybe smaller, different edits, but we're still going to do the live show here on Twitch, and then Facebook and YouTube, and then that'll stream live. Ideally, it's going to be Saturdays at 4:30, so that's going to be the staying time unless we say otherwise. So you can catch us then, and then the actual podcast itself will still be distributed to all major platforms. In example of Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. So
Yeah, nothing about the podcast is changing.
Yep.
But now let's talk about the social media presence, because this is new for us, right? I just made my Instagram public.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was
Yeah.
like, why was I able to share his shit
Yeah.
now?
So I spent
Yep.
like 4 hours going through my 5 years on Instagram,
You're
deleting everything that I'm a public school teacher. So I have to be very careful about what about me is online. So I needed to delete a lot of this shit that's just like, okay, I do not want my kids knowing this about me. I do not want my kids knowing this about me. Definitely don't need my kids seeing this. So, I had to be really careful about it.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm okay with them knowing I'm a bro. That's fine.
See, when we say bro, I think it's an endearing thing, not an insult.
Yeah.
A bro is, and at least in our eyes, a bro is a camaraderie kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a bro, dude.
He's a bro.
Like, everybody needs their bros, right?
Everybody needs their bros, brolettes, right?
So we're expanding out, and there are 3 big pieces of content that we're really trying to work with, right? So number 1, and I think we're going to be doing this twice a week as long as our ideas don't run out.
Right.
And we already have an example of this up on our Facebook page, both of our Instagrams, and that's going to be like these Viking Norse themed inspirational pictures.
Right.
Right.
There's always something. I feel like we can literally take many things and then just tweak it. Maybe we won't even have to necessarily reference a Norse specific mythos, but we can just use that format because it just looks fucking badass. I think from a design standpoint, because social media is such a visual thing, more specifically Instagram, very visual photos, right, being uploaded. People are looking at shit with their eyes. It just stands out from the typical shit I see with a lot of these like fitness, people that are on there. So it's just different. And I think that's why it's kind of cool going down this rabbit hole specifically of just like this Norse mythology kind of a thing. Because it stands out, because it's still instructional. We're not trying to peddle BS through what we're doing as far as like the entertaining aspect, because there's actually a lot to learn as well on top of that. But this just sticks out more, I feel.
It does. And like the way we got it, right, it's like the Viking ship, and I made the sail like where the text goes. So that's kind of cool. I did some
I liked it.
editing around with that, so it's very easy. Like, that's a fully editable template, like even the text, so that's easy for us to pump out.
Simple, but it's very effective.
I like those. Like when did we post it? It was like Monday and Wednesday or something like that, where we're gonna release a new one of those.
Yeah. I mean, like it's such an easy thing because you gave me the template.
Yeah.
I could literally think of something on the fly and just like edit it. But the thing is, you use a specific font. But I think I could get that through Spark Notes.
Yeah, the font you can download. In fact, I'll just send you the font. I don't know if you can use it on your cell phone, but like this is definitely something you can get somewhere.
Because I think there was I'll edit it later. But there's some fonts on there I can use.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or if anything, just text it to me. It's on my laptop. It's very easy for me to edit. I mean, I also have Photoshop Mobile, so I can also get it through my mobile app.
Using technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the posts, right? So that's going to be being pumped out just so people have something to share, to look at, to be inspired by. So that's going to be a thing Monday and Wednesdays, I guess.
Twice a week.
Twice a week, wherever that might be then. And then our skits.
I think we decided those are going to be Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
So a Broden Brokey skit.
Yeah. So another thing that's shareable. I've been kind of tweaking around with whatchamacallit, TikTok.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'll just like re-upload it to TikTok and then just
That's a good idea.
Just to throw it into the ethos. Somebody's
Yeah.
like, shit, good.
The inspiration between the Broden and Brokey skits were actually from an old series of cartoons that were in Highlights for Kids, which is like a kids magazine. I'm sure it's still around.
This is
but
news to me.
Yeah. So Highlights for Kids, it was a kids magazine in like the 90s and early 2000s. It's kind of like Zoo Books, but it wasn't about animals, right? It's just a kids magazine, right? And it had articles and shit.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And there was a cartoon series there called Goofus and Gallant. And it was a series about, like, right, so here's what the Goofus would do, and here's what, like, the Gallant kid would do, you know? And it's all like, here's the wrong thing to do, here's the right thing to do. And it was, it was formative for kids, right? So kids seeing, right, like, Goofus was, like, a bully, sort of disrespectful, and then Gallant was, like, a respectful, nice kid, doing the right thing, saying thank you, please, all of that kind of stuff. So the Broden and Brokey skits really, to me, came from that. So, like, okay, here's Broden doing the right thing, the way it's supposed to be done, being respectful, being kind, putting away weights, being a good bro.
Right.
And then there's Brokey, who, don't get me wrong, is still strong, right? Still in the gym, but maybe the demeanor's a little off, right? He's doing things that perhaps aren't the best, right?
Right.
The things you see at the gym, right? You
Very
go to a
common.
chain gym, yeah.
Yeah, so just, think about the last time you might have been at a gym. You might understand the gym etiquette stuff, so wiping down your equipment, putting away your weights, not destroying equipment by using it improperly, but Brokey character is that person who would do all of those things, or not do those things specifically, and be really shitty socially. So he would be the person who would talk to you, with your headphones in, asking you questions, butting into your sets or whatever. So you understand. So that's his character archetype. Yeah.
And then you told me to make it like an old, like 80s VHS style.
Yeah, because that was inspiration from, because I think some of my influence from fitness is really in those like 80s, just like action movies and stuff like that. So I wanted a piece of that to be within these skits where it looks like a montage. So you have the VHS tape, so you pop it in or whatever, and then you have like the synthy, workout track in the background. So that was my bit from that.
By the way, I know people don't know and don't care, but getting the VHS, because I edit on Adobe Premiere. So I use professional grade editing software, right? I don't have Movie Maker or like that free shit.
Yeah.
This is something I do moonlight with, like, professionally, like for my job. I do, as a teacher, but I also, Mr. W Science, like, I do video. I did work with Open Lands for their bird curriculum. Like, I do video professionally as part of my job. Mm-hmm. So I have professional editing software. I learned how to use it from my brother, who's a videographer and editor, and getting the VHS effect is...
I can't believe it's so hard.
Extraordinarily, because it's not like, on a phone where, like, different filters, I'm like, oh, VHS. Like, no.
Walk me through it, because I want to know what the hell you have to do.
Manually, it's insane. So you need to take the video, you need to duplicate it 3 or 4 times. You need to do an additive color dodge, because the VHS, you always had like the blue and green and the reds just a barely off center, so you get these like weird color palettes. So you have to take one video, you have to pump up the greens, pump up the reds, pump up the blues. Now, of course, if they were perfectly aligned, it's a normal video. Like, you don't see it any different. So you need to take one video frame, move it like a handful of pixels to the left, another one a handful of pixels up, a handful of pixels right. And then you have to add grain, which is a whole nother filter that you have to add manually. And then to get the line, it's a wave warp, and then you need to animate the wave warp, and you need to...
Tedious.
Oh my god. It took me at least 45 minutes to...
Shit. Do you have... Is there like a save template now
Yes.
that you can just do that?
that.
Yeah, so once I got it, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all I need to do is open this file format, replace the video clip, add the new video clip, because I put, the nice thing about Adobe Premiere is that everything, because if you want to put a whole bunch of effects for like 7 different clips, instead of doing it to every single clip individually, you add what's called an adjustment layer, and anything that is below the adjustment layer applies every effect to every video under it.
Okay.
So I just I saved that, and then I just can throw in any clip in the future for it.
Ah, cool.
So
That's
it's
cool.
it's not as obnoxious.
You know what I
but
was
the
kind of
first one
thinking?
was a
Like,
bit
if
of a
you can
mess.
do like
Oh my god, more things.
oh, just like in that very begin that you know, with the title and like the name of the skit or whatever. If you can take our logo and make it like, I don't know, like neon Miami Vice kind of a thing, you know, like just like obnoxiously, you know, like pingy, like
I can do it.
what's that?
I know what you mean.
Where it's like a polygon, like what do they call that shit?
Oh god.
Not polygon, but it's like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It was like on every like that weird perspective shift, and it was in like every single VHS. Like I know yes. I can do that.
So like take the logo and then just like make it like
Yeah.
like a pink and a
I
neon,
know how to do it. Yeah.
that shit. So
I'm just
see if
gonna
you do that.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find
So it'd be
an-
like neon Vikings, dude.
I'm gonna find an After Effects template.
retro neon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find like a retro After Effects.
It's gotta exist.
Replace it. Yeah,
Because I know for a
how to do
fact.
it.
So
Doing it
the
from scratch will
what people are
suck,
seeing here.
but-
So that's another change that we did. Well, at least that I
Oh
did.
yeah.
For Twitch was this layout or layover or whatever the fuck they call it on the actual stream here. So I have Streamlabs Prime, and they have a few of these layovers that are like Viking themed. So I took pieces of them and I just layered them. So there was one from this thing called Ragnarok. So for the main frame on the video, I took that piece, layered it, and then put the camera dead center so it fits in the frame. And then the other one's a Thor themed one, so you got the little animated hammer in the corner. But there was one for like the 80s retro shit that I saw in there as well. So I'm like, it probably exists in your software or whatever as like a template,
I've got
or
it.
from the website or wherever you got it.
Yeah,
download.
I'll make it work.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. HBO had a very similar. It is a very 80s style effect.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Triangles.
It's one of those things. I mean, it's so easy to do. Like if I have to do it manually, I know how because it's like it's such an old effect. It's so easy to recreate.
Right.
But yeah, it would take me
Like
a
just
while.
shitty, like old, like
Yeah,
sound effects
I
too.
know. Yeah, I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
I'll just at Monday at work because you know at this point I teach advanced placement and my advanced placement test is over, so like I have nothing to do for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
With my kids, I just give them a project. I'm like, all right, kids, you go work. Mr. W is gonna sit here doing whatever.
That'd be sick.
So
So
I'll
there's
work on
that.
it.
So we have those skits and we have our motivational things. As far as future stuff, I mean, there's gonna be. I'm sure there'll be some like edits of all this stuff that we're doing now as we're just kind of going through it. You know, ideas are gonna pop up, but the idea I think ultimately was to just to stand out more. I feel, and then just be more involved within that social media as well.
What I would like to do, and this is definitely like an idea for the summer and maybe a little bit later, it's all like take our personas out into the real world and like shoot and like have poor like your
interviews,
poor
like-
fiance or somebody and like come out and just like literally like Brokey and Broden meal prep or Brokey and Broden go hiking, Brokey and Broden
I was
go
gonna
to the
say,
park,
like,
Brokey and Broden.
Those weird like social experiments.
Yes.
Where you go up to like people and you start doing some crazy shit.
We could go to like a Planet Brokey and Brody go to Planet Fitness.
You're like, oh man,
We're gonna
we
get
get
kicked out.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll do
No,
it.
wait. Did we not? Oh no, he no longer manages Planet Fitness, doesn't he?
Oh,
We have
Florian?
a Flora. We have a friend who used to.
Flo.
We'll see how that's going.
Yeah.
I guess. We'll
But that'd
find
be
our
fun.
way. I think
But
that
I
would be
mean,
entertaining.
I think we're in this. We've created this thing where ideas just kind of are just gonna splurge out of it because there's just this like bubbling thing now, this concoction that we've created, and I feel is just gonna like be just like creative stuff flowing out of this concoction. So I think we've made a nice little thing now to kind of work with.
And to be fair, like, we have a backlog of content already. Like, we put a lot of behind the scenes work into this. Like, by the time we launched it, by the time we put everything on Facebook, and by the time we put everything up on Instagram, we've already been like, we have like 6 skits already recorded. We have like 7 or 8 memes already made. Like, we have a backlog. Like, we've been thinking about this for a while. Oh my God! When did we actually start? Like, when did we decide the Broden? My God, this must have been.
It must have been at least.
It's been a minute.
Before the new year. I mean, it's definitely, it was something that we were talking about because I remember we had the conversation about how you were saying that during the summer your time was gonna free up. So it might have it might have even been like, I don't know. Probably like springtime last year, maybe. Like as we were starting the podcast, there was like some inklings of it, but it was just, we were just kind of going by the seat of our pants, just kind of going through it. Did the podcast, of course, which all the episodes are up. But now it's just a bit more polished. I feel like this is going to be the polished version of what we're trying to do. Yeah. The evolution, so to speak.
It was intense. Like, we have an actual professionally made logo by like an actual graphic artist. Yeah. We so it's not just me copying and pasting vectors off of Google. I'm like dumbbell vector, Control C, Control V. I'm like, okay, so it's not just me moving.
It's not like clip art.
It wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't bad.
No, it served its purpose. I think it was supposed to do. That's what it's about. Now it's very minimalist. It gets the point across. It's a nice little unique logo with the little helmet and the barbell. So I guess we could talk about the logo a little bit. Oh yeah. So I went on Fiverr, and Fiverr is cool because you can contact these freelance artists, right, graphic artists. So I was looking and researching a few of them, and I found one guy who was very popular, 5-star rating. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this guy a shot. So I gave him pictures of logos that I wanted it to kind of emulate. You mentioned you wanted it to be like colors of like a fjord. I'm like, what the fuck is a fjord? So I Google a fjord.
Gray, white.
Yeah. So, but it looks like we had when I like did the edit of the old logo, where it was like a bluish kind of like a steel color to it, and that's kind of where the evolution of it went with this logo. And there are a few other iterations, but we went with this one. And maybe the old ones maybe we'll like swap out or whatever, but we're sticking to this one for now. And then the runes, which is cool because the runes add that nice little touch where it makes the name, which is very clever. So that's kind of neat. So we went with this design, and the guy just did a good job. Very, very fast, and he also was very detail oriented. I sent him the Gold's Gym logo because I was like, okay, it's a gym thing. I sent him the Amon Amarth logo
because Amon Amarth. If you've listened to our podcast long enough, you know Amon Amarth.
Amon Amarth, metal.
Metal, yeah.
The old logo, of course. What else did I send him? I sent him some other thing. I found this like fitness logo I kind of liked, so I sent him that. So it's an accumulation of that. But of course, helmet, barbell for the horns or whatever, and then you got the runes that make up Iron Theory with the name, or the colors are split, so that's kind of neat. Big fan. Hope you guys like it too.
And then to match the theme, like, I tried to find the closest font possible to the runes he used on the logo, and I think I might have even found the exact same font he used. So as far as that goes, it's interesting. I think we need to address something here. We need to address some fucking bullshittery here, because it's not like we didn't know this. It's like, okay.
I was like, am I cutting this off? Is this like cut off right
now? No. Okay. There seems to... Okay, so... It seems as though a handful of white supremacist dipshits have been using runes and, like, fucking Viking bullshittery and this Norse shit for their, like, white supremacist bullshit. Right. Like, we ain't about that shit here. Obviously. No. Look, like, we are not going to be associated with any of that shit. If anything, if we make this bigger than that crap,
I think
like
I
we
think
need
that's
to
what
cut
it's
that
about.
association. I don't even know where the hell that shit came from. It's not even something we think about. Like, no. Are you fucking serious?
It's
No.
just one of those things. I was like, well, okay, because I didn't even understand
Yeah.
that, or I didn't even realize that was a thing to any extent. But I guess if you go down that rabbit hole, I guess because of Scandinavian, it's not a cultural thing. It's just because Scandinavians are white, so some uneducated white folk, I guess, that have some hate in their
I guess
heart. They were
fucking
like,
Indiana.
oh, here's some
Yeah.
symbolism, and let's just use that. So.
So,
but the
yeah.
culture itself, I mean, has nothing to do with that.
It's something to address here, right? Because like we're not. I don't want to like be accused of like dog whistling.
Right.
Like no. Right?
Yeah, no dog
Dude,
whistling.
dear God. We're not dog whistling racism up here. Like that's just fucking bullshit.
Right, exactly. So that's just something to get. I mean, it's I'm glad you brought that up, just because it's like, in case anybody actually thinks that, then it's just not the case. We're here to educate. We're using this specific imagery essentially for strength for everybody, because the Vikings typically people will think as like these like very fierce warriors, and that's just kind of how we're thinking about our approach in fitness.
And that's not even like stereotypical in any way. Like Iceland has the largest number of gyms per capita of any country in the world, and Iceland is not a big country. like you can bike around the country in 4 days if you really want to. Like if you're a good enough cyclist, like it's not a big place and it's not a big population, right? But there's history to it, if you look at like strongman history, and if you listen to like Hafthor or even Brian talk about it, early Viking competitions, just for shits, were about who can pick up the heaviest stone, like the Husafell stone. In Iceland, like there is culture and history to strength and working out in that specific country. Do we have any cultural ties to Iceland? No. Are we culturally appropriating? You know what? Fuck it, maybe. But go ahead and find me the one group of pagans who are super offended by us taking it, because as far as I'm concerned, it's like people being offended by taking like Greek gods. Like this is a dead religion. Like it's a dead mythos.
Right.
Right. At this point,
it signifies strength.
At this, like, I am more than happy. Like, okay, I get it. There are certain things you should not culturally appropriate, but it's like, okay, this is like, it's a Marvel movie. Like, let's
start there.
I feel like we
multi-billion-dollar.
Yeah, I'm giving myself permission to fuck with what has already been fucked with at this point. It's
very. I mean, there's football teams, right? The Vikings, right?
Nobody's mad about the Vikings. Nobody, not a single person is mad about all these other sports teams with full-on caricatures of indigenous people and shit.
Right.
And like nobody's mad about it. Like I feel like this is it's safe.
Right.
This isn't cancel worthy. It's the Vikings. It's not like, oh, here's two white douches picking Vikings. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I think it's fine. It's fine. It's like,
right, exactly.
it's like St. Patty's Day in Chicago. Nobody cares. They're like, ain't none of you Irish? The fuck?
Right, exactly.
Ain't none of you. You just want an excuse to get drunk. I'm like, okay, good. Like we want an excuse to get strunk.
Right.
Okay, so we're going with Vikings.
Right, exactly. So that's where our heads are at essentially with this whole thing. Just to clear any air up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that being said, we're here. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be preaching our fitness here, right? And I mean, then we're gonna go from there. We're gonna see where this kind of takes us. Yeah.
Suggestions, comments, complaints, drop them in the Facebook group.
Follow.
We will check it. Follow us on Instagram, Iron Theory CG. Mine is Iron Theory _AW.
I feel like you
should add the underscore. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Makes more sense. Like add the underscore. Iron Theory. Search us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Apparently, as it turns out.
Yep. And we're on Twitch, so just make sure if you're lurking, go ahead and at least follow us. So
the more follows, the better.
Yeah, so we can grow our platform on Twitch here as well.
We've put a lot of money into more. We equipment.
We put enough.
It's
Help us out,
Yeah.
so we can keep cranking this shit out. That'd
We
be
don't necessarily
fantastic.
need to make a profit. Like, I don't expect to make money from this, but if I can recuperate the money we've spent, if we can recuperate the money we have spent, that'd be great.
Perfect. Yeah.
That said, I want to end this podcast now because I got my brand new Titan wagon wheels delivered to me. I thought they were going to come tomorrow because that's what it said on my phone this morning, but they're not. So at home, I'm going to train. Don't forget, Broden is competing at Great Lakes Strongest Man September 25th.
Yes.
I will be there. I am ready. I am so close to hitting competition weights.
You're gonna
I'm
do it.
5 pounds away on the log bar press. My deadlift,
That's like next session you're gonna hit it. You know.
Ironically, the deadlift is what I'm most afraid of right now
Well, you got the equipment now.
because that is lagging because it's a 500-pound deadlift for reps. I haven't even gotten close to a 500-pound deadlift
but is
in
it,
real life, but we will get there.
But it's elevated, right? It's like a.
Well, it's a 13-inch pull, so it's a rack pull really. It's a below the knee rack pull
you
for
do
somebody my
that.
height. I will get there, but that's going to be my biggest struggle. The deadlift is
Yeah.
going to be my biggest struggle.
Well, your
the
starting
sandbag's coming
is-
close. We're 15 pounds away from competition weight on the sandbag.
Next session.
We've been working on it. Power stairs. It's only 300 pounds to a 14-inch platform. I can sumo deadlift 315 for a bunch of reps. I'm not even training that event. Like, I'm just,
Yeah.
okay, I might make a platform like, okay, here's 14 inches, put it, okay, I got it. Problem
Genetics.
solved. Yeah. We're fine. We're fine.
Awesome. Well, that's fun. So
I
that's
wanna
what
train.
he's gonna do. I'm
get
gonna
outta
go
here.
take a shit.
You want to train with me? You want to come over?
Maybe.
You want to come over? You want to play
I'm
with the
gonna
bar?
see what the woman is doing, but it sounds fun though.
Let's
But
do it.
this is where we're gonna end it. Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Godspeed.
Follow, like, subscribe, all that fun